In principle, it's the Electoral Commission that informs Parliament, not the reverse. Chachukwesin, it was EC that informed Parliament. The court talks to EC, EC talks to Parliament, and then Parliament, the Speaker, takes a decision. Unless the Speaker wants to tell me that he now manages seats not based on the Electoral Commission, but based on the courts.
But is the court order binding on the Speaker?
But are we saying that the court has served Parliament?
The clerk notified EC that it had been served by the court.
Let me clarify.
Okay. So, Counsel, if I may.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm curious because it is quite new to me. Is it that the EC is incapacitated and that they were not served? I'm very curious. And even then, the line of communication, because please, let's be very clear about one thing. It is quite new to me that is Parliament that rather informs the Electoral Commission. I mean, that is not the dictates of the Constitution, as I'm aware of. I thought that what is known to me is that the Electoral Commission is notified by the court, and then they proceed with the information to Parliament. The Speaker doesn't answer to the entire world or even court orders, per my understanding. When it comes to seats and things related, the key person to inform the Speaker, after all, when we swear in the members of Parliament, it is verified names from the Electoral Commission, not from the court. I mean, that's been my awareness. So this is new to me.
Can I read the clerk's letter to the EC?
We don't mislead the public.
Right.
You understand? Let me just clarify. See, the Constitution makes naturally. Emphatically. Or Hanima clarify. Naturally. Dr. Jibo, lawyer Jibo.
That's why
And you see, his problem is resolved and is settled by the Constitution.
Okay, let me hear.
Article 1125 of the Constitution clearly states that whenever a vacancy occurs in Parliament, the Clerk of Parliament shall notify the Electoral Commission in writing within 7 days after becoming aware that the vacancy had occurred.
Due to death.
And please, and a by-election shall be held within 30 days after the vacancy occurred, except that where the vacancy occurred through the death of a member of Parliament, the by-election shall be held within 60 days after the occurrence of the vacancy. If you look at the structure of operation, it is Parliament that is notified that there's a vacancy, either by, take your time, by way of death, where the information about the death of the MP comes to the Speaker, or where there's a court action, the court order or the court decision is served on Parliament.
Not on the EC?
No, bear in mind that it is Parliament that declares the seats as vacant, and the Constitution makes it very clear that it shall write to the EC.
But who declares a candidate MP-elect?
It is EC.
The EC.
Yes, EC.
So if there's an order, why is it not going to the EC but to the Speaker?
It's the institution of Parliament that holds all the MPs together.
Right.
And if you observe carefully, even in this particular case we are talking, Parliament is a party to the case. The Clerk of Parliament is a party to the case.
Right.
It's one of the parties to the case. I think it's the third respondent in the matter. And so Parliament has been notified by the court decision. The Constitution states that Parliament shall notify the EC within 7 days. And if you read the communication to EC, the letter to EC, it is clear. In fact, they quoted the exact provision I've read to you, that Parliament shall notify the EC in writing within 7 days.
Yeah, the letter says, it's on the Parliamentary Service letterhead. It's addressed to the Chairperson, Electoral Commission. There's the box number. It says, attention, Mrs. Jean Adukwe Mensah, dear Madam Chairperson, occurrence of vacancy in the membership of Parliament. In the exercise of the power conferred and the duty imposed on the Clerk to Parliament by Article 112(15), as amended of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, as amended, I, Ebenezer Ahuma Jetro, the Clerk to Parliament, do hereby formally notify you of the occurrence of a vacancy in the membership of Parliament occasioned by the order of the High Court Tamale for a rerun of the Kpandai parliamentary elections given on the 24th day of November 2025. This notification is pursuant to the service of a court order on the clerk to Parliament as the fourth respondent in the suit numbered, and it goes ahead to give you the suit number and all. And it says, accordingly, notice is hereby given. Yours faithfully.
Back to my point.
You still have a point.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I've read the constitutional provision to you.
My key thing here, my key thing here is that I've always, and let me state that this is not the first time that Parliament has been part of the cases that are sent to court. I've always known that mostly through death, Parliament informs EC. That has been what I have known. And then, in other cases, if we could play back the Speaker of Parliament during Chachukwuesin's time, he made mention, and unless I didn't hear him well, that he was waiting to be served or informed by the EC. So it begs the question here that are we saying that, first of all, EC didn't get the notice too, and then EC has not spoken to Parliament at all?
Council was
I'm quite curious.
Check,
no,
EC
will, I mean, this
is the second respondent.
Yes. So clearly the EC has been notified by the court.
So it begs the question. I am curious to know, has EC
been served?
And if EC has been served, have they also, it presupposes that there's some lapse in the communication between Parliament and the Electoral Commission. Because I'm wondering why we've both been served, and then it takes Parliament to inform EC that, hey, we have a vacant seat. Be it as it may, looking at the timelines, there's also that key question. The candidate per se, or the, now I don't know if MP in transition, let me put it that way. The MP in transition,
not former MP,
who is MP in transition,
has put in word for a stay of execution. What has happened to that? Has there been a decision taken?
No.
And as far as we know, many a times when somebody puts in a stay of execution, if the court has been served, then it puts a hold until the court determines that they are throwing out the stay of execution or not. What has happened? Counsel, what really has happened? Is it that the court, the clerk to the court, hasn't received that stay of execution? And if that is the case, that is another very interesting thing. Listen, let's be law-abiding in toto, not selective sort of legal.
Yes, but
wrangling.
to be law-abiding also is to be properly informed.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes, to be law-abiding, properly informed, where if you file a motion, you must ensure service to all the parties.
Right.
As we sit here, I don't know whether the clerk of Parliament has been served with that motion. I don't know whether EC has been served with that motion. I'm not a bailiff of the court. I don't work with the
None
court.
of us are.
I don't know for a fact. But it is for the party who has an interest to ensure that the service of that motion, there's a return date to that motion. If you serve a motion that is blank in terms of the return date, when is the motion going to be heard for a decision to be taken? Should it be in perpetuity that we continue to wait? And as I've said, it's administrative. That when you file a motion at the High Court, and it's a directive from the CJ's office, not the current CJ, it's been there for long, that you don't get a date more than 2 weeks at the High Court. So it's only at the Supreme Court, at the Court of Appeal, that when you file motions, because it usually goes up to the CJ for a decision to be taken, you file it with a blank date, and then you come back for a date.
So I think for transparency and for fairness, what is very important is that, one, the electoral commissioners, PROs, or whoever are there, the public needs to know, have they received an official document from the court? 2, when are they communicating to the Parliament? In this case, Is it that Parliament was so excited to tell them that the seat is vacant? What really is happening? Because it begs that question. And now that I know that Parliament in of itself can vacate a seat,
Let's not mislead the public.
Based on a
Parliament did not vacate a seat.
Based on a court
See,
order.
we are all subject. Every
based on a
institution in
court
Ghana
order.
and persons in Ghana are subject to the law.
added it.
When the court makes a decision, even Parliament, including the President, is required to obey the decision of the court
So
unless
it's
it's
the
set
High
aside.
Court order
So it's
that
the court
invalidated
exactly
the seat. Yeah.
So based on the court's order, which I thought was being held at bay because of the request by the person who was petitioned or who has been served, let me put it that way, to have a stay of execution, and that I'm very curious now, as he also is, since we all don't know if the court has been served with the stay of execution.
The court will not be served.
The
The EC will be served. EC and Parliament.
The EC and Parliament, yes. And if that's the case, why this rush? Why this excitement to vacate?
But has the Speaker not been magnanimous? Because you recall that somewhere November 26, 27, the issue of Matthew Yindam, whether he should be allowed into the House to even participate in processes of the House, came up. The Speaker gave a ruling. And
until he heard from the court.
Because he actually allowed the 7-day mandatory appealable period to expire.
Yes.
7 days they endorse.
It's a rule of court that when a court judgment or decision is made, actually High Court that you allow 7 days. It's a 7 days automatic stay of the decision. After the 7th day, you are
so the Speaker has been
compelled to obey.
So we are now to wait and also hear from the court whether they got that motion or not. I'm very curious.
The Electoral Commission, you mean?
Well, the stay of execution, yes, whether they got it. I'm very, and EC cannot go numb on us. This is timely, and this is, we're talking about 30 days as of yesterday, or as of when?
No, the 30 days, it hasn't expired yet.
30 days is the day the judgment was made on 24th of November.
That is crazy.
So 30 days
There's nothing crazy about it. There's a court decision.
No,
Don't describe it as crazy.
It is crazy for me.
It's not crazy. It's a court decision.
December.
You may be in contempt of court.
And one key thing that I think we need to look at here is that this is a tough decision for the people of is it Nandam or
Kpandai?
The MP's name
I
is
come from
Nandam.
Nabdam.
The MP's name is Yindam.
Matthew.
He's not the MP. He's a former MP.
Right.
Yes.
You're so...
No, it's a court decision. The court has declared him as a former MP. He's not an MP.
That means that this literally means that Parliament will just sever off any benefits that this man ought to be receiving. And
if you are sacked from work, how do you expect to be paid?
Can I see the humanitarian?
Can you imagine?
Larry, speak to me on Kpandai.
In fact, this is a terrible situation. Very terrible. I mean, listen.
Have my condolence.
Charlie, this is terrible.
I share your pain.
This is terrible.
And
in fact, we don't even know if my party. I'm even more troubled by my party's stand.
You don't want that. What happened in
Ablekuma North should not repeat.
Party position here.
It is either both party and candidate,
same page.
Absolve themselves of being part of this. But then again, Yera Kufuor is concerned about us not going to Tamale Central. So really, I don't envy Justin Kodia today. To juggle and find a way through this thick forest that the umbrella has created, for
the elephants.
It's quite unfortunate. I mean, this is a very